Jesus freak here. Sometimes I guess this situation makes us all feel like we're just a bunch of dead, dried out husks. But we always have to remember, no matter what the situation is, even in the worst of times, that God is our life if we trust Him and if we believe upon Jesus, that He is our life. I guess, this is the first case of uh, doubting Thomas not getting it was when it regarded Lazarus' resurrection. Because, well, Jesus had a habit of speaking cryptically. And, his disciples probably liked Lazarus somewhat themselves based on, when Jesus explained to them that Lazarus had died, that Thomas was willing to die himself, but he didn't really get it, and he wouldn't get it until he saw Jesus after his resurrection. And even Mary and Martha, Martha didn't really get what Jesus was talking about when he told her, oh, thy brother shall rise again. I'm like, look, he's like, look, it's not over just because he happened to die. But he came to the tomb, had them open it, and Martha's like, look, he's rotting away. You can't tell me he's gonna come out of there alive and intact. And he proceeded to do just that. But some of her friends, some of their friends were Pharisees, and you know how the Pharisees are. They went off to their authorities, and they're like, look, this guy's running around. He's bringing dead people back to life. He's got a following. What are we going to do? Rome's going to rush in and destroy us. Because, they're so paranoid about Rome at this point. And their chief priest, who was, of course, installed by the Roman government's like, look, things are getting out of hand. We got to get rid of this guy. And they're talking about, not only getting rid of Jesus, but getting rid of Lazarus. Lazarus, because well, he came back. And of course, he knows he's doomed at this point. Well, he's got to be. And he's like, you know, he goes to dinner with Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. Mary goes, takes this really expensive perfume, and dumps it all on his feet. And Judas is like, "What are you wasting all this for? You could have sold it and given away the money." Of course, he had an ulterior motive. He was the one. He was the one who took care of the finances, and occasionally, he embezzled from it. And Jesus is like, "Look, she probably won't get around to doing it that in for my burial, so she's doing it now." And Judas is starting to realize Jesus isn't the kind of Messiah that he thought. And this is where he starts to turn. He's like, I thought this guy was going to come in and be, this warrior king, revive the throne of David. But he's not turning out to be this type of person. So he's like, you know what? I'm over this. And he's starting to look for a good opportunity to sell Jesus out. And this is where he's starting. This is what's leading up into Palm Sunday, which, as I say this, this is the Sunday before Palm Sunday. We call it Passion Sunday. So this is what's going on in Jesus' time, leading into the original Palm Sunday. As, Passover's getting close, Jesus, coming into Jerusalem to, observe the Passover because it's what Jews did, and he was a Jew. So that's what's going on at this point. And all of this is starting to look like a perfect opportunity for Judas Iscariot. So that's kind of the situation we're dealing with, the context here. With the resurrection of Lazarus. Jesus freaked out.